So I was thinking about what I really want to do with this first video, and I thought I'd kick things off with the question that I get asked the most often when I tell people what I do, which is, how did you even start doing this? I get this question all the time, and I was curious of it myself when I was first starting out. If you're not familiar with graphic recording, it's a style of capturing a conversation in a visual way using words, using images that connect to those words, using colors, using shapes. So you're essentially capturing the flow of content so that when you look at it at the end, you can trace back through that entire conversation and pull out those key nuggets. I see so many people entering the field and they're wondering, how do I get started? What do I do? So even though everyone's path is different, I'll share with you what I did, and hopefully that's helpful to you and thinking about how that applies to your own situation. All right, so let's dive in. I didn't even know this field existed when I was in school. I wish I did. It would have really helped me be a better student, but I didn't know about it. I studied art and psychology, and then I was working at a small arts nonprofit when I graduated from college. And we had lots of meetings that were going on. We were doing some big strategic planning. We called in a consultant that just started to write down our exact words on a piece of paper in a list format. It was pretty simple, but it changed our meetings because we started listening to each other and we could see what we were talking about. So it was easier to make connections. Everything clicked into place. And she introduced me to this whole field. She said, yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You should go check out the Grove Consultants International. The Grove is a consulting company based in San Francisco. The founder, David Sibit, was really one of the pioneers in this field. I looked at their website and I saw some of the classes, and I thought, well, this is probably a good place to start just by learning a little bit more, seeing it in action. The Principles of Graphic Facilitation class, I felt that was a good match. I didn't have enough money to pay for this class, so I thought, how am I gonna do this? And I just did a quick Google search of different scholarships. I decided to apply for one and ended up getting the workshop completely paid for. There's a lot of money out there that people are just waiting to give. It's nice to just open up, see what's out there. You may get somebody who funds your learning, or at least a piece of it. So I get to this class, and immediately when I walk into the room, I feel like I'm in the right place. So I really lucked out because I got one of the best instructors for that class I could have ever asked for. She's a consultant named Rachel Smith, and she really gave me such a strong foundation to build off of. And she became a mentor to me after that class. So we stayed in touch. We're dear friends to this day, and she was really a person who gave me that boost to keep going and to keep practicing. On the last day of that class, I really committed to building a practice so that I could continue. I knew the class was just the start and it was just a catalyst, and that I really had to bring it into my life somehow if I wanted to grow and continue. Another question I get all the time is, were you good at drawing and lettering when you entered into this field? No. I mean, maybe some people would look at it and say, you're good at drawing. Did I think I was good at drawing? No. And it really comes down to how confident are you with your abilities. And I was not. I was writing at a slant. People have such a hard time coming up with images for words, and then to draw that live in front of people, I mean, that was terrifying to me. So no, I did not have that kind of confidence of just being able to do that in front of a group of people. I had to start where I left off. So I knew that practice was crucial to my success. But back to after that class ended, and I knew in the back of my head, I thought, I really want to do this. How do I transition now from what I'm doing to doing that? So I started to bring it into my work, using it at meetings, which is wonderful, but it wasn't to the extent that I wanted to be doing it. I wanted to be doing it all the time. And I realized that I was at that crossroads where I would have to choose whether or not to continue with my with the job that I had at that time, or if I wanted to take the leap and just go for it. I just felt, I have to do this, I have to try this out. So I quit that job and I decided to start my own business, which was terrifying. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I had to do that. And I found a flexible part-time job that allowed me to schedule in the different jobs that I would get doing the graphic recording. And I started to build out my network. Each job I felt more confident because I understood what I needed to do, and I was still keeping in touch with the Grove, keeping in touch with my mentor Rachel, and I was doing some jobs for the Grove as a freelancer. And one day they reached out and they said, hey, how would you feel about having a full-time job here and being a consultant for us? I still don't even know how that happened. It's really another instance of right place, right time. So that brings us forward to present day. I'm still working at the Grove Consultants and have had such an incredible opportunity to go out in the field and just work with all different kinds of clients, from nonprofits to large corporations and everything in between. It's been quite a journey of going through fails and big wins, and really taking all of the learnings that I could get along the way. I want to leave you with the 3 learnings that I still hold on to all the time that I find so important, and that's really to go out and find your teachers. Find the people who inspire you, connect to them, find opportunities where you can talk to them, be around them, learn from them. The second one is to make time to practice. Find what works for you, decide how you want to practice and how much time you want to put into it, and then schedule into a calendar. Adding a deadline makes it that much more effective for me personally. And the last one is embrace where you're at. No matter where you're starting at, you're probably starting wherever you left off. Have fun with it and keep going. That's the most important piece. It's small steps to get to a larger goal, so just keep going in your practice. All right, nice to share my story, and I'd love to hear yours. So comment below on your journey. I'd love to hear it.